looks so good from here. What you can't see is this river right side is just like a death eddy, and the current is so pushy over there. God, this entrance is so tricky. You want to be all the way left, but look at this freaking death pocket. impaled myself in the face. Oh, with my paddle. Oh, it kind of hurts. I'm gonna have a fat lip.
So, the real reason that we came to New York was to try to get some first D, huge waterfalls and big drops. We failed in our mission, but we saw a lot of cool stuff. This one is Buttermilk Falls on Owatka Creek. We wanted to come in at really high water because AW claims the landing pool is not very deep. Now, I can find these low water videos that make it look like it would be deep, but why risk it? So we wanted to come in at high water. We felt super good about the lip. We thought it rolled over really nice. We felt great about the free fall. We thought with this much flow, the landing would be pretty deep, but it immediately went into this rapid, a manageable rapid, but the rapid had a ton of wood, trees growing in the rapid, and we thought with the boil as big as it was, you might get sucked out of your boat, you might break your paddle, you might swim, and then you'd be swimming into this long, continuous rapid with a lot of wood, and we just felt like it wasn't worth the risk. Furthermore, the cops actually showed up, and it turns out that being on the land next to this waterfall is trespassing, which disagrees with the AW description. It needs to be updated. It says you can portage on the left. You cannot portage on the left. It is private property. The only legal way to run this creek is to kayak the waterfall. You can be in the water. You can be in the creek up to the high water mark, but you cannot portage. You cannot scout, and you cannot set safety. So for those reasons, we can't recommend anybody kayaks this creek. The next drop we went to was also called Buttermilk Falls. It's this huge slide in Ithaca. Seems like it probably would have been run at some point, but I couldn't find any video. It looked really cool. This creek has a ton of like these kind of bouncy looking New York style bedrock slides. There's a bunch in this canyon upstream, but we felt like this Buttermilk Falls, this last drop here, was just too low, and it just looked like you would break your boat or your back, or both. But this creek has a lot of potential. We're just not sure when it would actually have more water because the storm we were here in was really, really big. The last drop that we checked out was Salmon River Falls, and this one really, really hurt us to not run. It's a 110-footer, so it would be one of the larger waterfalls ever run, ever. And even though Brenton and I feel pretty good about our free fall skills, I have never really gone above 50 feet in my life. Doubling that seems too aggressive. Brenton has run 80-footers, but he hasn't gone above like 40 or 50 for a while. And we just felt like the risk of getting knocked out or breaking your back was just not worth the reward. But it really hurt us because this waterfall is perfect in almost every way. It's got a really nice looking lip. It's got a massive landing pool. It doesn't have the tree problem that Buttermilk Falls has. It'd be a little tricky to line yourself up on the lift, but you have these nice marker waves. I think you'd have a couple of options here to line yourself up on the lip. And then the landing pool is deep. People have cliff jumped. People have gainered off the top of it, which is crazy. But with just the two of us, and with a lot of other stuff to live for, we just could not bring ourselves to run this waterfall. But man, it hurt, because this is the most perfect big waterfall either of us have ever seen, and it gets to this level very rarely. We just had a golden opportunity, and we both went back. We scouted this waterfall many times over several days and just could not bring ourselves to. But my God, is it perfect.